Woo! I'm back, people. I'm back. All right, you can clap and cheer and holler all you want to. All right, here we go. I'm going to get hunkered down on this thing, and we're going to be ready today. Hope you're feeling all right. I'm feeling mighty fine, mighty fine. All right, today we're going to continue our discussion on inequalities. We're talking about them signs, we're everywhere, signs. We're looking to see if we know how to do these things and how to graph them. So I'm going to do a little two-step work today. If you know the name of the song that's playing in the background, you can send that to me later. All right, here we go, people. All right, so two-step inequalities is what we're talking about today in our inequality basics. That's not the way I want to turn it. All right, so of course we know we've got our four main inequalities. Of course, we got less than, we got greater than, we got less than or equal to, we got greater than or equal to. Remember these over here when you graph them have got open circles, okay? And these right here have got closed circles, so just a little review of that. Just some important information there, okay? Less than, open going to the left, greater than, open going to the right, less than or equal to, closed to the left, greater than or equal to, closed to the right. So here we go. So let's say we got one like this. We're going to start out with one just all positive numbers, and then we'll work our way into the integers, people, the integers. All right, so let's say we got one like that. And we have 5n plus 8 is greater than 23. All right, so just like we did with the equations, all right, I would suggest that you make your little train tracks there, right down the sides of the inequality, just like so. We want to get rid of the 8 first. Cancel it out because that's the constant, right? So we're going to get rid of the constant first and make a zero pair. 23 minus 8 is our 15. You just bring the sign down because we're going to keep it greater than. Trot your 5n down here just like that. So then you'd have 5n is greater than 15. All right, and then of course you're going to divide both sides by the old 5. 5 divided by 5 there's 1. 15 divided by 5, of course, is 3. So you just say you've got n is greater than 3. Okay, n is greater than 3. Now, of course, we want to graph that. So if n is greater than 3, we want to make sure we graph all of the true answers. So again, I'm just going to put me some numbers on here. I'll just do 5 numbers. That'll be a gracious plenty. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. So since that is a plane greater than, okay, plane greater than's get open circles, okay. So we're going to come right here to the 3, and we put an open circle right there, and all the true answers are this away. So you want to shade it to the right. These are the true answers over here, because 3.5 is greater than 3, 4 is greater than 3, 5 is greater than 3, anything going over here, 10 is greater than 3, 100 is greater than 3, all the numbers going this way, everything up through there is a true answer. These answers down here are the false answers, okay? 2 is not greater than 3, 1 is not greater than 3, so we don't want to shade those. We only want to shade the true answers. So shade the true answers only, okay? Everybody see all that? Everybody got a glitch. All right, here we go.
So just like we did with the equations, we're going to cancel out the constant first. Then here, of course, we divided by 5, because 5 divided by 5 is 1, 15 divided by 5 is 3. We got that. All right, let's go to one that's a little bit harder, okay, a little bit more complicated. Are you ready? Let's see. Oh, yeah, we're doing good. Let's do one like this. Oh, these are the ones that throw people in a tizzy. All right, you don't need to be in a tizzy about this. I'm going to explain it to you. All right, so people go all nutso because, the variable's on the right side. Okay, so I'm going to show you real fast how to fix all that when we get down to the bottom of the answer. Okay, so just like we said earlier, we're going to put down them train tracks. Again, we want to get rid of the constant, so to cancel out the plus 13, you do your little minus 13, minus 13. Okay, those cancel out and make a zero pair. 73 minus 13, of course, is 60. So now I've got 60 is less than negative 5x. All right, now I'm going to divide by negative 5, and here's a couple little rules I need to talk to you about here. So see, since we're dividing by negative right here, okay, make sure you divide by negative. Negative 5 divided by negative 5, they cancel out to a 1. Now over here, since I divided by negative, okay, all right, here's
one of today's gold nuggets. Okay, so when you divide by a negative, if you want to keep the answers true, okay, to keep the answers true, you got to switch the symbol. So switch the symbol to keep the answers. We got over here, we
divided by -5, so at the moment, we've got less than, okay? But since we divided by a negative, okay, we divided by a negative right here, we got to switch it around to a greater than. 60 divided by -5 is -12. Now, at the moment that it says -12 is greater than x. Remember, that's a positive divided by a negative. A positive divided by a negative is a negative, okay? Positive divided by a negative is a negative. So -12 is greater than x. I don't want you leaving it like that, okay? So when you come down here and you've got the variable on the right, okay, just swing this around. Swing it around, partner. Do-si-do. So just take that whole thing and just take it and go, all right? And so now I want you to write x is less than -12. So if you actually read it over here and read it backwards, you'd say x is less than -12. Or it currently says -12 is greater than x. So if you swing it around, okay, still says the same thing. You can see here it's pointing towards the x. All I did is just swing it around, and it's still pointing towards the x, okay? X is less than -12. So if we do a less than, okay, go make our little number. Number line. Gotta have that. Gonna put 5 numbers on here. So -12 being real. That's -13, -14, -11, -10. Okay, so we got our 5 little numbers on there. Okay. Again, since it's a plain less than, it's going to get an open circle, and less than goes to the left. Now, these are the true answers. I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to show these are the true answers. So if I put negative, let's just say -20 would be out here somewhere, right? So it would be down here. I'm going to put -20 back up here in the problem and prove to you what I'm talking about. If I do -20 here, -5 times -20 is 100. A negative times a negative is positive, right? Negative times negative is a positive right there. And 5 times 20 is 100, so that would be 100 plus 13. How much is 100 plus 13? Y'all see that all right? That's 113. Now the problem would say 73 is less than 113. And is that true? Is 73 less than 113? And you would say, yes, that's true. Okay? So we have shaded it in the proper direction, because we have got the true answers going this way. Those are the ones that need to be shaded. All right, so real quick, I'm just going to go back through a couple of these gold nuggets, and then we'll do another one, okay? So, of course, I started out canceling out the constant. I subtracted 13 from both sides. And then, right here, important stuff right here, okay? I divided by negative, okay? So when you multiply or divide by a negative, you got to switch the symbol to keep the answers true. So we had a less than, but when I divided by that negative right there, I got to switch it around to make it greater than. And then, final thing is I want you to put the variable on the left, okay? So put variable on the left. So if the variable's not on the left, which in this case it wasn't, it was on the right, just take that whole thing and just swing it around, do-si-do. And that way it reads x is less than -12. Okay? So let's try this another one. Before we do, I got somebody that wants to talk to you for a minute. I'll be right back. Hello, friends. I'm back. Hey, hope you're doing all right. Here's your reel for the day, folks. It's about volcanoes. You know anything about volcanoes? Well, I was there once, and it was very hot. I tell you that, a lot of steam coming out of that volcano. It covered me high. All right, I had to get out of that real quick. Today's riddle is, what did the girl volcano say to the boy volcano? There's so many things she could have said.
I wonder what that answer might be. Well, I guess you'll have to send in your answer and see if it's right or not. Mr. Reid will let you know. All right. So send in your answer. What did the girl volcano say to the boy volcano? Until next time, ciao for now. All right, friends. We've talked a little bit here about how to do two-step inequality basics. Let's do one more together. Hopefully some of this stuff I'm talking to you about is going to stick with you. Here's our last one we're going to do today. All right, so let's say we've got one like this. N divided by -3 minus 16 is greater than or equal to 5. Let's say 5 right there. All right. So we've got N is being divided by -3. Okay, got division here. We've got minus 16 here. Greater than or equal to. Again, that's greater than or equal to 5. Start out with your little train tracks. Chug, 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 chug. Okay. What's the first thing I'd want to cancel out and get rid of? Well, I hope you know it's the 16. Okay, to cancel out the -16, of course, you got to add 16. And you come up here and add 16. Whatever you do on the left, you got to do the same thing on the right. These two right here make a 0 pair. They're gone. They cancel. What's 15? What's 5 plus 16, friends? 5 plus 16 is 20 and 1. Keep your sign the same at the moment. Okay, greater than or equal to, and just trot this on down here. That is N divided by -3. All right, so just like we did with the equations, what's the inverse of dividing? That would be multiplying. So we have to multiply here. Okay, I'll do this in color so you might see it show up a little bit better. So we're going to multiply by -3 over 1 over here. Multiply by -3 over 1 over here. Now, these two cancel out. Did I just multiply by a negative on both sides? Did I multiply by a negative? I sure did. Okay, so right here, since I multiplied by a negative, I need to switch the symbol. Okay, so anytime you multiply or divide by a negative, switch the symbol. Why are we switching the symbol? Okay, that keeps the answers true. Okay, so we want to keep true answers. We don't want to shade the false ones. We want to shade the true ones. So when we multiply by that negative right there, okay, when we multiply by that negative, we got to switch that symbol around. So now instead of being N is greater than or equal to, it's going to be N is less than or equal to. And then 21 times -3, a positive times a negative is a negative, and that would be 63. Okay? So we're set up the way we want now. We don't have to do anything else because the variable's on the left side, so we're good there. So that is the final answer. Okay? So again, when you multiply by that negative, or when you divide by that negative like we did in the other one, you got to switch that symbol to keep the answers true. All right, so let's do a little graph of this. And that'll probably put us about to the end of our time together today. All right, so here we go. So the big gold nugget is if you multiply or divide by a negative, switch that symbol around. So let's see, we got 1, 2, 3. So that's -63, -62, -61, -64, -65. All right, so since that is a less than or equal to, okay, we're going to come here and we're going to have a closed in circle. Anytime you got the equal to part on there, you close her in. All right, less than's going this way. Okay, and of course all these coming down this way are the true answers. If you want to check on that and see if it actually is right, an easy number to test out here would be -66, because that's divisible by 3. So I'll just write it up here. So we're going to test out -66. -66 divided by -3. That's a negative divided by a negative. That'd be 22. 22 minus 16 is 6. Now, is 6 greater than or equal to 5? Is that true? Is 6 greater than or equal to 5? It is. That is true. So you know I have shaded the true answers down here. Okay? I have shaded in the true answers. All right. So in summary, here's the big gold nugget for today. Okay? Put your star beside of this. Okay? When you multiply when you multiply or divide by negative, when you multiply or divide by negative, that's the key to the whole thing. What you gotta do? You gotta switch the symbol to keep the answers true. Switch the symbol to keep the answers true. Alright, so that's the final little hint for the day. Appreciate you hanging in there with me. If you got any questions, let me know. If you know the answer to the old volcano riddle, let me know. And keep on checking them signs, baby. And when you multiply or divide by negative, you gotta switch her around. Until next time, ciao for now.